The topic that I chose to talk about over Chapter 4 was autism. Autism is a disorder where impairments can include things like social, emotional, and intellectual functioning. Individuals may experience self-stimulating behaviors, bizarre speech patterns, disruptive behavior, and sometimes self-injury. Challenges that can come with people that have autism are difficulties interacting with others, speech and language difficulties, intellectual disabilities, attention and sleep problems, and difficulties with fine and gross motor skills. Some strategies that can be used in classrooms with students that have autism are just establishing an effective way of communication. So, this can be by using sign language, an alternative communication, or any other communication that the student feels more comfortable using. Use direct instruction. This can be done by using small group instruction, one on one, teacher directed lessons, just whatever, again, the student is more comfortable in learning setting. Provide lots of positive feedback and reinforcement, and develop social competence. So, this can be by teaching students to wait their turn, share, and know when to listen instead of talk. How I would apply these strategies in my classroom would be to make sure I know what communication the student is comfortable with and how they feel with working in groups. I would never want to put a student with autism in a group that they felt uncomfortable with or using a type of communication that they didn't like to use in a classroom. So I would make sure that I knew and communicate that with the student, and I would also communicate with the student's parents to make sure that I'm doing everything I can. And this goes with the next step. I would educate myself on any of the student's needs and assistance. So once again, I would make sure with the student, if they had any special needs, I would make sure that that's being implemented on the daily in my classroom. I would discover the student's interests. This is very important with students with autism. They have one thing normally that they think is amazing and they're so interested in. So I would love to know that so I can implement that into my lessons so that the student will be even more engaged. Um, I will give the student praise and feedback during their work just to motivate them again to work on their work and not get distracted. Help the student learn basic social skills in the classroom. So I would help them learn how to interact with others and how to be in a classroom, how to share, things like that. That will help them in their everyday life as well. I'll create a routine. This is very important with students with autism. They love routines. I provide the students with breaks so they don't get overwhelmed, and I need to make sure that my instructions are very clear. With collaborating with the parents, first off, I need to form a relationship with the parents. This is important for every student in my classroom, not just the students with autism. I would use an app to keep the parents informed on what is happening daily in the classroom, and a great app to use is Remind 101. This is an app that is used by many teachers, and the parents can even respond to the text that I send out. So that would be a great tool to use. I would send out weekly letters and behavior check-ins, and this could be like what the student is doing great this week, what they need to improve, how their behavior was, so the parents can be aware. And then I would send out my email info so the parents can email me anytime they need me during the day. And then lastly, this is my references and where I got all my information.